Dear students and working accountants, welcome to my YouTube channel Smart Tally Prime. My name is Babura from Hyderabad, and today in our video, our discussion is our topic is a test for the knowledge. That is an online test. That is test for the all the topics which you already learned. This test is divided into two parts. One is actually we have to record we learned everything from the beginning, from fundamentals and how to record the transactions in the required or concerned correct vouchers. All this we learned. Now we have to record them. We have to record all the transactions for the correctly. That is our test. But this test is divided into two parts. One part is, the first part is for the half year, that is for 6 months, we followed manual accounting. And from the beginning of 6th month, 7th month, so we shifted or switching to computerized accounting. So in such case, what to do? So in the first part, that is one part, and this is the second part. In the first part, yesterday already in the last video, we have taken the summary of the transactions. That is, at the end of the 6 months, when you want to shift to the computerized accounting, that is Tally Prime. So we have to take a trial balance. That is the trial balance of the transactions of the books. Because trial balance means the accounts which have balances, all these accounts with balances, along with the balances, will be shown at one place as a list or table. That list is called trial balance, showing the balances, some debit balances, some credit balance. Showing the balances, the trial balance will be prepared, and all the debits and credits should be equal. That is the double entry system. So all the debit total and credit total will be equal in the trial balance. So I will share the screen here. See here. 1 minute. Here, our topic is, see, already yesterday in the last video, from manual to computer account, we shifted what to do and all the opening balances. We have taken all the opening balances, that is closing balance at the end of 30th September, is the opening balances at the beginning of October, that is 1st October, it will be opening balances. We have to create a new company, and we have to create ledgers, and in all the ledgers, we have to take the ledgers and stock items, everything. We have to take the opening balances. So that we learned already. And in that case, and today what we do, we continue that. We continue because, so from 1st October, we enter the transactions in the Tally Prime. So old one transactions we are not recording. We are taking the result, that is the total trial balance of the last period, the opening balance we are taking. And in this period, for this month, that is for this period, from 1st October to end of the financial year, 31st March, we will record the transactions. And then we will proceed further. Okay, this is our topic. And yesterday, we, 1 minute. See, yesterday, so we have taken the closing balance, trial balance of the last month. That is on 1st October, the opening trial balance, or the closing trial balance on 30 September, both are same. We have taken that, and then we created the trial balance. So we have taken all the balance in the books of account. Then after entering that, if you take the trial balance in our tally, it will be same as this is already prepared PDF file, already prepared after opening. So this trial balance should be tally with our trial balance. See, in our books, see, I'm entering enter and cost. So how you will read? The trial balance is display more reports, and in the first one, DT. If you take this, we will get the trial balance. So this trial balance is for the beginning of the year. So from 1st October 2021 to 1st October 21. We have to take that only. Oh, sorry. So later, other also, okay, no problem. Because the next month, next period, the transactions also are recorded. That's why we will not get it. Okay. So yesterday itself, we completed this. So this will be the balance, trial balance of at the beginning of the year. All these balances are taken into our books. Okay, now okay, now what we do is, this is closed. Okay, we will close it. Now what we do is, we take the transactions. We take the transactions for the 6 months from October. From October, we take the transactions and see here. Not here, it is there. Yeah, the transactions are here. The transaction, see here, manual to tally prime, and then for the balance period of the year, that is from 1st October, we have to enter these transactions into our tally prime. We have to enter these transactions into our tally prime. We know how to record all these things, but anyhow, for every transaction, the voucher to be entered is given in the project, because you must decide. But anyhow, for easy purpose, I have given the vouchers also in the bracket, and in some places vouchers as well as ledger account, which are the ledger accounts to be opened, and what is the group of the ledger account, everything is given. So from here, what we do is, we have to record all this. After recording all these, so I will show you at the end. You go to the end. After recording all this up to 31st March, after recording all these transactions of Electronic House Hyderabad in Tally Prime from 1st October to 31st March, then open day book. So from 1st October to 31st March, if you open the day book, how you will open? Display more reports, go to D or day book, or from the gateway of Tally, there is option in the reports column, not reports column, in the transactions column, day book is there. The short key is K. So if you press K, the day book will open, but it will open for the last day, that is 31st March only it will open. That is the last working, last entry day, it will open it will show the report. But we have to take the full year, including the opening balances taken from the April. We have to take the full year full year cash book. That is for this cash book only. Cash book is only from 1st October to 31st March. So we have to take the date, Alt F2, 1/10/21 to 31/3/22. If we take, we will get the day book for the period. Day book for the period, only day book to see the transactions for the day book. And after that, the trial balance, everything we will see. All these will be taken for the whole year. Okay. Now, after completing these transactions and completing the opening the day book, our day book should tally with already there is the day book prepared already, day book prepared. So it has to tally with our books should tally with this day book. So I will, first of all, we will enter here. We will not enter. I will show you one or two, and then I'll read the transactions and tell you, you try the transactions. You try to record the transactions, and after that, I will also record the transactions in the next class. So you record the transactions and compare, see the video and see the day book from 1st October to 31st March. See this day book and you compare your day book that is in your system. You compare the day book with this. Tomorrow, I will show you this. Already recorded in my books. I recorded all the transactions. So here, I record all the transactions. So we will compare our day book with the printed day that is in the PDF file. Okay, now I will explain the transactions. You see here, record the following transaction in continuation of the switching from manual accounting to computerizing. In continuation of that, we have to record. Previously, it's only balances are taken. The result of the transactions, the net effect or net balance of the transaction, we are taking. Now we are taking the transactions we have to record because they are already recorded manually. So the balance are taken. But here we have to record now. Same, see here. 1st October, sold Godrej AC 1 ton to RK Enterprises for 35,000 rupees for cash. Cash means whatever it may be. The goods Godrej one is inventory, goods. Goods sold to RK Enterprises. Where you have to enter? We have to go to sales voucher. We have to go to sales voucher. Goods, cash or credit purchase sale will be purchase voucher or sales voucher. It is goods sold. So it is cash or credit. In the sales voucher, you have to enter. But in the case of cash, how to enter? In the case of cash, party name we will write cash, but in the details page, party details, in the party details for our purpose, in the party details, after entering the name, if you click enter, the party details will, dispatch details will come. Again enter, and you will, that again entry means you use Control A. Then immediately it go to the next one, parties details. In the party details, you will get you will get party name and address, everything cash only. There you change it to the party name, because but in the cash it will show in the cash book only. It will show in the cash account and sales account only. It will show in the sales account and cash account only. But for our purpose, for tax purposes, the person is necessary. That is why the person had take, and later we will learn in the GST case. In the case of a person, whether it is cash transaction, the person's GST number also should be given for our tax purposes. For our books, it will show only in cash and sales. Okay. So here in the sales book, we have to enter this one. So we have to enter cash in the first one, party's name, and in the party's details in the window, we have to enter the party name, RK Enterprises. Okay. And then sales. But here one thing you have to enter. Already from 1st April to 30th October, we recorded sales also. So these numbers are 1 to 8. The numbers of the sales from for that period, it is 8. So now we have to record from 9, isn't it? Now we have to record from 9. So if we are recording from 9, but by default, our tally, it will start from 1 only. But we can make the setting also. That settings, the default settings we will learn at a later stage. So it will start from the required number for that period. So what we do is that we will learn in, not only this, there are many items to be learned. The settings, that is configurations, number configuration, as well as sales purchase configurations, vouchers configuration, we will learn at a later stage. So it will start by default, it will start with 1 tally. That is why we forget about the old numbers. We follow the same numbers. So from October 1st, so the sales will start with 1. Purchase also start with 10. With those numbers only, we will, okay. Purchase is not a problem, because purchases it will still serial number. But the supplier's invoice number we are giving, that is the important thing for us. So in that case, there is no problem. In this case, so we'll start with 1 only. So for this sales, the invoice sales number will be 1 invoice. Okay. Next, number 2. The same date, purchased stationery items like pen, paper, pencils, etc. for office from Standard Stationery, Hyderabad for 220 for cash. That is the cash memo here. So we are purchasing stationery from Standard Stationery, it's okay. For cash, so purchasing and paying cash, it is not a credit item, it is a cash item. So we are making payment. What we have to do? We have to pay we enter the payment voucher, because they are making payment voucher. The ledger, what is the ledger we have to create? We have to create stationery expenses. Standard stationery is not required, because we are purchasing and paying money. So the personal account is not required, but in the narration, we can write being stationery purchase for cash from standard stationery in the narration. Okay. And the stationery expenses. And when we are creating the stationery expenses, the group will be indirect expenses. The group will be indirect expenses. So in the payment voucher, you have to write, and debit, in the payment voucher, we are following the double entry mode. So debit, it will show by 2. So by what is that? By is stationery expenses to cash. Okay. Next, number 2. Number 3. Same day, 2nd October, deposited 2,000 rupees into State Bank of India. So in the State Bank of India, we deposited money. Cash to bank, bank to cash, cash to petty cash, bank to bank. All these come under contra voucher. So this one is entered in the contra voucher. In the contra voucher, it also says debit and credit. When you are depositing, so we have to first credit, we have to write, that is Instead of that, you can make the setting to instead of 2 by, go to the F12. See here. When you are writing the vouchers, go to F12, go to F12. Here, first one is use debit credit instead of but 2 and by. You save this, then you will get debit and credit only. Then there will be no problem for you. Then there will be no problem for you. Okay. If you follow the debit and credit, it will be easy for you. Okay. Nice. So this one, State Bank of India, you made means paid into bank means State Bank of India debit and deposited cash means cash account credit in the contra voucher. Next, on the same date, purchased furniture for showroom from Sohan Furnitures for 5,000 rupees on credit as per bill number. So we purchased stationery. So when you purchase stationery on credit, when you purchase stationery, it is not goods. So you cannot enter in purchase voucher, we cannot enter. And when you purchase, we are not paying cash. Purchase and credit, not paying cash, we cannot enter in the payment voucher, not making money. That is why this purchase or sale of any other than goods should be entered in the journal voucher. So here, purchase of furniture. So in the journal voucher you have to enter. Here it is credit. That is why furniture we are purchasing. So furniture account debit, and Sohan furniture account credit 5,000 rupees. The invoice number is 505. Okay, the 505. So it is to be entered in the journal voucher. Here, the two accounts are required. One is purchase furniture to furniture, that is furniture account. Another one is Sohan furniture. So required Sohan furniture, and another is furniture account and Sohan journal voucher, ledger Sohan furniture, and also furniture account. Sunday creditors group, Sunday creditors, that is for Sohan furniture, group is Sunday creditors, and then another one is furniture. The group is fixed assets. Sohan creditors and Sohan furniture, one group, one account, that is one ledger. It comes under Sunday creditors. Another account is furniture. It comes under fixed assets. So this is the thing we have to enter in the journal voucher. You have to try carefully, right? Next, received cash from our customer Gyan and Sons. Received furniture from our customer Gyan and Sons 1,500 rupees, which is due from them. So in the last previous transactions, which were recorded in the taken as the opening balance, there is a balance in Gyan and Sons. So in the Gyan and Sons account, we have received the money. So received money from anybody. Received money means we have to enter in the receipt voucher. Receipt voucher we have to enter, and receipt voucher you are entering means debit, receipt in the receipt voucher. Debit will be in the receipt voucher. It starts with credit. Okay, credit Gyan and Sons, debit receipt voucher. Debit receipt voucher, that is debit cash account. So cash account debit, that Gyan and Sons credit 1,500 rupees. This is Gyan account is already created at the time of opening balances. So it will be available. If you, all these accounts need not be entered. Already if you are existing, we cannot enter again. Again, we cannot create. If we create only once, now if we create, try to create, it will show already existing. The name is already, ledger name is already existing. Try another one. That means already existing means we have to use that. That's again 31st October. Vitran from State Bank of India 5,000 rupees by check number so and so. Okay, we have Vitran previously here deposited in State Bank of India. Here now we are withdrawing from State Bank of India. It is also previously it is cash to bank. Now bank to cash. From bank we are withdrawing cash. That is why we have to enter in the contra. When you are depositing cash, we will pay cash in the bank. So in that case, when you are depositing, it will ask you the cash details, denomination, 2,000, 1,500 like that. When you are depositing or receiving a cash, that is when you are withdrawing cash, we have to give check and only withdraw money. Okay, so in that case, it will ask you the check details. We have to give check details. You have to give check details. Bank name is not required. This is our bank check only we are giving. So in that case, in the withdrawal, we have to give the transaction type is check and number is this one. This number you have to give in the contra voucher. Next, 11121. Purchase from Sunil Enterprises 10 numbers Sony TV 20 inches for 20,000 rupees each, 10 into 2 lakhs, and 10 numbers Sony TV 3 inches, 30 inches, 30,000 rupees each. Means 30,000 means 30,000 is 3 lakhs, 3 to 5 lakhs totally. And all on credit, and the total amount of the bill is 5 lakhs. Bill number is 225. So when you are purchasing goods, definitely it is entered in the purchase voucher. So in the purchase voucher, we have to enter in the purchase voucher. In the purchase voucher, so in the purchase voucher and sales voucher, you enter in the item invoice mode. Item invoice mode. In the first, you will give the name. What is that? Sunil Enterprises. I think it is not available. So we have to create Alt C. We can create the Sunil Enterprises sundry debtors group, and that is we have create that, and total amount is after the next one is next ledger name. Ledger name it will ask you. Where purchasing means we have to create the purchases account under purchase group. Purchase account under purchase accounts. Group is purchase accounts also. A purchase you have to create, and then come down when coming in the item numbers, that is name of item, we have to give the details. Whatever you are purchasing, you have to give details here. 10 numbers Sony TV 20 inches, 10 numbers 20,000, it will take 2 lakhs. Then Sony TV 30 inches, 10 numbers 30,000, it will take 30 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Total will be 30 lakhs. Total 3 lakhs. Total will be 5 lakhs. That will show. These all entered in the purchase voucher. The invoice number will go on the top. When you are giving purchase serial number, it will give you. Below that, in supplier's invoice number, we have to give. This is the supplier's number. The bill number given by the supplier. Okay. Next. 111. Paid cash towards freight on purchase from Sunil Enterprise 103 rupees. See here, from Sunil Enterprises, we purchased. What we purchased from Sunil Enterprises. Here, what is the Sunil? Yeah, here we purchased already. Sorry, in the beginning only, in the previous one. Sunil Enterprise, when we purchased, after purchasing the goods, we have to bring the goods to our premises, our office. That means sometimes the supplier will send them by charging the money, or sometimes he will send the money, send the goods without payment, without any transportation charges. But here, sometimes we will pay the money. So we paid 103 rupees for the freight on purchases. Freight means rent of the vehicle. So freight on purchases, we give on. So we are paying that one freight. That means we have to create as ledger, and it is to be entered in the payment voucher because we are paying the freight. So we have to enter in the payment voucher. In the payment voucher, debit freight expenses. Freight on purchases, we have to create. Alt C, create freight on purchases. It comes under freight on purchases, comes under, that is purchases we are making. On the purchases, we are making freight. That means purchases means they are direct expenses. Freight on purchases also is direct expense. So freight on purchases, we have to take the group direct expenses, and freight on purchases is the ledger, and it is to be entered in the payment voucher. Payment voucher, we are paying the rent. Already Sunil Enterprises is not required now. Here Sunil Enterprises is not required. Paying expenses in cash. So purchase account is to be, that is the freight on purchases is to be debited, and payment is cash. So cash account is credited by creating this one. Okay, next. 9-1. 10, 11, 1, same thing, 111, same thing. Sold Ashu traders 1 Godrej AC for 35,000, 2 numbers Sony 20 inches TVs for 25,000 each. Total bill will be, see here, 1 machine 35,000, 2 Sony TVs each 25,000 means 50,000, 50 plus 35, 85,000. So that is the total given here. So this is all goods sold. We are entering the sales voucher. Sales voucher, sales number. This is the, it automatically it will give the number. Automatically it will give the invoice number and the party's name. The party's name is, we have to Ashu traders. So if it is already available, okay. Otherwise we have to create the Ashu traders. I think it is not available. So Ashu traders account is to be created is as a sundry credit debtor. We are selling goods. Sold goods means he is a debtor. Under sundry debtors group, we have to give. And then in all these cases, one thing I'll tell you. Okay. And all these cases I'll tell you after this. And we have to enter this in the sales vouchers. You remember one thing. Here we are entering we are entering all these items, that is stock items also. That means we are maintaining inventory group. So yesterday, when you are taking the opening balances, when you are creating this one, and you are creating, I told you already, after creating the new company, it will ask you the F11 company features, only simple accounting features, inventory features, and taxation features. The taxation GST is disabled, and accounting and inventory enabled, already enabled. It is, we kept it as yes. And in the accounting features, maintain accounts yes, and below that, maintain bill by, enable bill wise entry. That is also to be kept yes, because these details will be recorded. So we have to record this as per the bills. So in the vouchers, F11 features, in the account features section, we have to select the option. It is already, it will be yes. So we keep it as yes. If it is no, we have to make it yes. That is, maintain balance bill payable or enable bill wise details. Enable bill wise details. If you give that, if you enable that, when you are making any entries, that is the parties accounts, either debtor or creditor, when you are creating the personal accounts, debtors or creditors, after the group, that is sundry debtors or sundry creditors, after the group, it will ask you maintain balance bill payable. You take yes. That's all. That's enough. Maintain bill by bill. Yes, that's we have learned already in the bill wise details. Still, there are two more left. We will discuss later. So we have to select that. We have to keep it yes. Maintain balance bill by bill. We have to make it yes. So then it will record all these transactions bill wise. Okay. Now, next, the same date, Godrej 110 machine sold to RK Enterprises on 110. The first one, see 110 sold to 1AC to RK Enterprise for 35,000 rupees sales. Okay, that will be the first invoice number 1. Okay, so that invoice, that machine, 110 Godrej AC machine, it was returned by them, since it is not working, and we made the payment of the amount. So immediately when it is, see here, it is sold for cash. It is cash sale. That is why we are making the payment immediately. If we are not making payment immediately, we have to take this account because we have to pay. We have to pay again. In the name of the party's name, we have to take their name. If we are not paying, since we are making payment of money, then there we have to take as cash. But inside, after that, it will ask you the dispatch details. And then in this case of credit note, debit note, original invoice number always will ask in the, that is in the dispatch details page, original invoice number, that is, it is 1. Original invoice number 1 and date is 110. That we have to enter and then save that control A. Then parties details. It will ask you the parties details. In the details, in the parties details, it will show you cash because we entered cash in the beginning. In the parties ledger name, we entered cash, so it will show cash here. But here what we have to do is, we have to show it, we have to change it. Instead of cash, we have to show RK Enterprises. Here also, we have showed like that. We entered cash in the beginning for sales. When we are selling, in the sales voucher first account, we entered cash. And inside that party details, we entered RK Enterprises. The same thing here. We have. Otherwise, if you are not paying money, not making payment money, not paying, then in the name of ledger account, we have to enter what you call RK Enterprises, because we have to pay them later. That is why his account is to be credited. He will be a creditor like this. So this is the transaction. So in this case, where you have to enter, the goods sold are returned back to us. Then it means sales returns. It is called sales returns. In the case of sales returns, we have to enter. But you have to enter credit note. You have to enter in the credit note voucher. Credit note voucher means all these are, that you cannot say. If you go to the F10, other vouchers, there you can get Alt 6. Alt 6 will be the credit note. Alt F6, sorry, not 6. Alt F6 will be the credit note. Alt F5 will be debit note. So if you click Alt F6, it will show you the credit note. We have to enter there. And there, first party name, we'll write RK Enterprise. We are not writing. Now we are paying cash only. So there we enter cash. And the name of ledger, we have to create. So just like sales and purchases, you have to create sales returns. We have to create sales returns, but the group will is not written here, but the group will be sales. Sales returns are to be reduced from sales. Purchase returns are to be reduced from purchases. That is why this sales returns account, when you are creating, it is to be created under the group sales account. Under the group sales we have to create, and then we have to make the entry. Okay, right. So this is about the sales returns. Now next again 111, against the sale of 80,000 5,000 to Ashu traders. See, sold to Ashu traders for 85,000 totally in one invoice only. Against that on 111, so we sold on one Ashu traders, that in that against that one they paid 50,000 rupees in cash. They paid 50,000. So the invoice, when you are writing, when you are making entry now, we are receiving money. So you have to enter in the receipt voucher. When you are entering in the receipt voucher, then receipt means cash you are getting. So cash account is debit, and the party Ashu traders account will be credited. When you are entering that Ashu traders account credit, we are making payment, making the entry. It will ask you, window will come, bill wise details window, adjustment and bill wise details for the so and so. Okay, so it will ask you bill wise details. In that case, when you are making the payment or receipt, we have to select against reference. So against reference, if we select against reference, it will see, so we sold it to, here first is sold to RK Enterprises will be number 1, and Ashu Traders will be number 2. If it is number 2 or 3, and when you are entering here, payment, so against reference, it will show the details. This is only the amounts are different. Total is 85 in one bill only. That is, it will not show this 35 and this 50. It will not show. It will show one bill. So bill number 2 or 3, for example. So it will show bill number against bill 85,000. It will show. Against that, we have to enter in this. So we have to enter that 50,000. It will take automatically. When you are entering the 50,000, if you enter against bill, it will ask you pending bills. It will show. In the pending bill, it will show bill number 2 or 3. Bill number 2, 85,000 it will show. So if you enter that, it will take 50 only, because you are entering amount 50,000. So balance will be 35. In the next payment, next period, that 35,000 rupees will be shown in this pending bill, in this number, the balance will be shown. Okay, so this is entered in the receipt voucher against the Ashu traders, and against reference means against bill number. It will ask you 50,000 you have to pay. If there are 2 or 3 bills, then they will go against which bill he is paying. We have to adjust against a particular bill. But here there is only one bill. So that bill, against that bill only, we have to enter this. Next, number 12. See, 2nd February, proprietor brought additional capital of 3 lakhs in cash into business. So just like starting the business, the proprietor was kept in the middle of the year also. Sometimes when required, he will bring. Like that, he brought additional capital into the business. So cash he brought into the business means we are receiving. We have to enter in the receipt voucher. In the receipt voucher, capital account will be credit. In the receipt, capital account will be credit, and cash account will be debit. In the receipt voucher, it will ask you first, who is giving you or who you are receiving. That is party account. Starts with credit. And then what you are receiving? Receiving cash or through bank? Receiving cash. So in the payment, receipt voucher, it will start with credit. We have to write the party or income. And then what you are receiving, cash or bank. Okay. In the payment voucher, what you are paying, it will ask you whom you are paying. What you are paying, cash or through bank, that will be, it will ask you the credit. It will ask first whom you are, what you are paying, cash or this one, and then to whom you are paying. Then one. Okay, like that. So like that, if you see that, open that entry, you can understand. Okay. So in the receipt voucher, we have to make the entry. And in this one, capital is again receipt voucher. In the receipt voucher, you see, in the receipt voucher, capital account is credit, cash you are receiving, cash account is to be debited, and capital account is shown on the credit side. And in all these cases, you write small, at least brief, narration also, because each person will write different narrations. That's why there is no fixed narration. That's why I'm telling you, you write the narration. Anything very briefly. Not full transaction, very brief transaction. Brief description you have to give. Right. Next again, same date. 2000 rupees due from SK Chemicals. Here is not there. SK Chemicals are already due in the first half year. So his account is showing a debit balance of 2000. That is what you assume. Chemicals is paid by them by ICICI Bank check number so and so, and the check is deposited by us into. When you receive a check, definitely what you will do? You will deposit the check in some bank, in whatever bank we have. If you have one bank, we will deposit. 2-3 banks, we can deposit in any bank. But here, we received the check for that amount from SK Chemicals by ICICI Bank check. They give ICICI Bank check and we deposited into State Bank of India. So it is a receipt voucher we have to enter. Debit you are receiving. What you are receiving? You are receiving cash. Cash is to be debited. And who is received means who is paying to us? SK Chemicals. SK Chemicals account is to be credited. That is first it will ask you credit. And the credit side, SK Chemicals, what is the amount? 2000 due. So SK Chemicals 2000. And then on the next it will ask you what you received. Received check. So debit side and the debit credit, sorry. Debit, sorry. On the debit, what we have to do? On the debit, we have to show what is received. If you receive cash, you show cash. We received check. That is why when your check is received, we will not write check. Check is deposited in bank. Which bank? State Bank of India. So credit SK Chemicals and State Bank of India debit. State Bank of India is debited. And then when you enter, the system will ask you the window. In the window, the adjustment details, it will ask you the details of the transaction. In there, you have to give the name of the bank, check and everything. The check details. So check number, and it will ask you type of payment, check, and the check number, and then it will ask you the bank name. Bank name is whose bank check is there. So our bank is okay, State Bank, but we received a check on which bank? From SCIC Bank. That you have to give inside. So it will not be available if you enter. If you click space bar or escape, on the right side it will show the details. There specify bank name. So click that and you give this name ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank, it will accept, and control A or enter, it will ask. Okay, this is receipt voucher. Next, 1st December, the check for 2000 rupees received from SK Chemicals. On 2nd November, we received. 1st December, the check received by SK Chemicals, that is deposited in State Bank of India. That is on 2nd November and deposited in State Bank of India. Okay, is returned by the bank as dishonored or bounced. So the check is not paid. The check is sent back. It is returned. So when the checks are returned, here, when the check is received, it is a receipt. We enter the receipt voucher. But here, we are not paying anything. We are not paying to anyone, not receiving anything. This is only check is bounced. So in this case, we have to enter in the journal voucher. Just the exact opposite. Here, SK Chemicals is credited, State Bank is debited. Here, State Bank has to be credited and the SK Chemicals is to be debited in the journal. This is in the receipt voucher. This is in the journal. In the journal, we have to enter because receipt already we entered. Now it is not payment. So we cannot enter. The opposite to that means payment. So payment you cannot enter. You have to enter in the journal voucher. The journal voucher. Okay. Next, December 2nd, against our purchase of 5 lakhs from Sunil Enterprises, bill 225. See here, we purchased from Sunil Enterprises. You see, on one date is given. Sunil Enterprises, date is not given. Okay. So on the we purchased from Sunil Enterprises 10 is, that is 22 lakhs plus 3 lakhs, total 5 lakhs against bill 225. We purchased. So this is total 5 lakhs, but bill is only one because both the items in goods items, that is both the stock items are entered in the same bill. You can enter any number of bills in one bill. So any number of stock items. So all the two stock items are entered. The bill number is same, that is 225. Bill number is only one. So against that bill, against that amount, so we paid 2 lakhs in cash. So we are making payment. We have to enter the payment voucher. In the payment voucher, payment means we are paying cash only. cash account is credited. Sunil Enterprise is to be debited. Sunil Enterprise debit and cash account is credit. When you enter the Sunil Enterprises, when you are debiting, then the bill-wise details it will come. Bill-wise details, it will show the bill number. It will show the bill number. We purchase the bill. Purchase bill is 225. We recorded there. It is recorded. It is saved. Now it will show you pending bills. It will show pending bills 225. Billing bill number 225. Amount 5 lakhs. It will show. So against that, we have to enter 2 lakhs. We have to enter the amount paid 2 lakhs. Even then 3 lakhs will be the balance later. So next time when you are making a transactions, we can see the balance. So like this, we have to enter against that bill. We have to enter. If you are not activated the maintain bill, enable bill-wise entry in the F11 features and in the party accounts, maintain balance bill by bill. This we cannot make. We cannot see the pending bills and all these things. Okay. Next, on 31st December, deposited 1 lakh into Punjab National Bank and opened a new account. New account means new bank account. So we paid cash into bank and opened a new account. That means paying money into bank. Receiving money, paying money into bank means we have to enter in the contra voucher. In the contra voucher, we have to enter. What to enter? Punjab National Bank we are paying. So Punjab National Bank we have to debit. We are paying cash. Cash account is credited. So Punjab National Bank is debit. Cash account is credited. Okay. You are paying cash only. So it will ask you denomination of cash. You take 500 or 1,000 rupees or 500 into 20 something. To 500 into 1 lakh, na 500 into 200. If you take 200, it will show you 1 lakh total amount. Next, January 1st January, transferred 5,000 rupees from State Bank of India into Punjab National Bank by check number. When you are depositing check, we will cash, we will deposit cash. But when you are withdrawing cash or transferring from some other account or paying to petty cashier through bank, in all these cases, we have to give check only. So here, from State Bank of India, we transferred, we have Punjab National Bank account also is opened. Transferred to Punjab National Bank, 5,000 rupees by check. So this is bank to bank. So it also comes under contra voucher. It is not mentioned here. It is missed. It is also to be done in contra voucher. So how you will make the contra voucher? So first debit the bank receiving. Punjab National Bank is receiving. Debit Punjab National Bank. Credit State Bank of India. And when you are entering that one, it will ask you the check number because payment, the transfer will be made by check only. It will ask you the check details. We have to give the check, these details we have to give. Check number is, check is ours only. So we need not write any bank name because it is our bank only. So in both the cases, in both banks are our accounts only. That's why we need not write any bank account name, bank name. We are dealing with other banks or dealing with other banks outside us, then only we have to give the bank name. It will ask you. Okay. So this is entered in the contra voucher. Just like depositing into bank, we are transferring one bank to another bank. Here bank and cash. Here both banks, Punjab National Bank debit, State Bank of India credit. Next, January 2nd, purchase from Lotus Electronics, some items we purchased, invoice number, so and so, and paid the amount by Punjab National Bank check. So we purchased goods, but it is purchased goods from Lotus Electronics, but the amount is paid immediately by check on delivery of the goods. That is, when you purchase that, they will give the delivery of the goods and then you will pay the check. So here we purchased goods and we paid money, means purchase ledger we have to buy, purchase voucher we have to enter, purchase voucher we have to enter, and while entering in the purchase voucher, first party's name, what you have to enter. If it is a credit transaction, we will write the party name. If it is a cash transaction, we will write the word cash. If it is through bank, we will write bank name. Here we are giving check immediately Punjab National Bank. That is why in the parties column, name column, we have to write Punjab National Bank, and then the sales ledger, sales purchase ledger. Then in the item, stock item details, we will write. So two numbers, Godrej AC, 30, it will come to 60,000 total amount. That's 60,000. And invoice number in the beginning itself, it will come. After the purchase serial number, supplier's invoice number, supplier's reference number also it will ask sometimes. So this 2, 3, 4, 5 number we have to give. Okay, this is the, we have to enter in the purchase voucher, but this can be entered in two ways also. Two ways. That is, if you pay cash, you will purchase it and you will pay cash immediately. But here it is given, issued the check on delivery of goods. So on the goods are delivered to us, we are giving the check. But by when the goods are sent to us, they have to prepare invoice. They have to send the invoice along with the goods. So along with goods, I mean, without invoice, we cannot send goods to anywhere. That is the present rule. The transfer of goods, support of transportation of goods, delivery of goods must be supported by the invoice. No delivery channel, nothing. Invoice is a must. That is, he will prepare invoice and he will sell the money. He will send the goods. That is why they will show it as a credit sale. So you can enter the transaction, the purchase voucher as credit sale, and immediately we are giving check, we can show the payment also. But sometimes what they do is, when you are giving order asking for the purchase of goods, then we will tell them, so you send the goods, we will give the check. So they know it is a cash transaction. That's why they will make the sales invoice as a cash transaction. Then you can also enter as a cash transaction. So you enter a single entry only, one entry, like cash transaction only. Okay. If you can write both, it's okay. But we should not write only one entry for that. So just like cash purchase, the purchase ledger is through bank. So Punjab National Bank. And when you enter that Punjab National Bank, it will ask you the dispatch details. And after that, it will ask the party details. There also it will show the bank name. There you can change it and write Lotus Electronics. That is for our purpose. But it will show, name will not be shown in any account. There will Lotus account and electronics account, it will not show anything. It will show only cash, that is bank it is now. Bank and purchases. Purchases and bank only it will show. This Lotus Electronics name will not be shown anywhere, but that is required for us in the case of when we are making the payments in the GST returns, the name is required. Okay, we will come to it later. Next, 31st January, we sold to Bharat Traders 2 numbers Sony TVs 30,000 each. That is 60,000 each. And the full amount of 60,000 is received by HDFC Bank check number on delivery of TVs, and the check is deposited in Punjab National Bank. So just like this one only, the previous one, here, they're purchased, here we sold. We sold the goods and immediately we received the check, HDFC Bank check, so and so number and so and so date. On delivery of the TVs. And the check is, when you receive check, it is need not given. It is need not to be given, because when you receive check, definitely we will deposit in the bank. But here we have, see in the opening balances, State Bank of India, Bank of India. Here we opened Punjab National Bank also. There are 3 banks. That is why he is giving. In which bank we deposited? So we deposited in Punjab National Bank. Otherwise, which bank we have to enter? If there is one bank, no problem. We can enter. If there are more than one bank, which bank we have to enter? So they will give the check where the check is deposited. Here, Punjab National Bank. Okay. Next, 1st to February, one TV Sony 20 inches purchased from Sunil Enterprises on 111. On 111, we purchased from Sunil Enterprises. One number. Here, see, we paid freight also. Here, we purchased 10 numbers, 20 inches and 10 numbers, 30 inches in that. Purchased from Sunil Enterprises. It is for credit only. Purchased on credit. Bill number is there. It is credit purchases. Out of that, goods purchased. One TV purchased from Sunil Enterprises and so and so is returned to them due to the TV is not working. So just like previously sales returns we got, that's like when you purchase goods from Sunil Enterprises, out of that one TV 20 inches Sony TV, it is returned to them. That means we are returning our purchases. It's to be entered in the purchase returns. Purchase returns being entered in the debit note voucher. Alt F5. Alt F5 if you click, you will get the debit note voucher. That definitely will be activated. If it is not activated, we have to activate in the F10 all other feature, all other vouchers, there you can go and you double click that, it will be activated. Okay, so here you have to enter in the debit note, and when entering in the debit note, the Sunil Enterprises will write it is because it is a credit purchase. And when you are entered the Sunil Enterprises, his account is to be entered that party name. There it will ask you immediately, if you click, if you enter, it will ask you the dispatch details, how you send them the goods, how you send them. And below that, original invoice number. Original invoice number, it will ask you. The original invoice number is on 111. So that number it will ask you, it will automatically to take the number, you have to take that, and that number we have to enter. We have to enter the number and then enter. It will ask you the party details. In the party details, we have to give this automatically. Sunil Enterprise is given, it is in the case of cash only, we have to make the changes. Otherwise, automatically Sunil Enterprise and make entry, make that. And this is the here is 225 is the original invoice number and date is 111. Enter that and then close that. So this is entered in the note, debit note voucher. But after the first name of the party, after that, it will ask you the purchase ledger, it will ask you. The ledger name will be, we have to create purchase returns. It's not purchase returns. We have to create purchase returns. When I am creating the purchase returns, we have to take the group under purchase accounts, because purchases are to be, returns are to be deducted from purchases. That is why the purchase returns account, when creating ledger, that ledger when you are creating, you have to create under purchase accounts group. Okay, remember that. Then 21.1, paid cash 5,000 to our employee, Mr. Pawan Kumar, towards salary for January. So 5,000 rupees paid to our employee for salary, January salary. So we are making payment. We have to enter in the payment voucher. In the payment voucher, the person is not required because we are making the payment of salary expense. So salary account is one and another one is we are paying cash. That is why salary account is to be, this is to be entered in the payment voucher. In the payment voucher, cash is we are paying, cash account it will ask you first what you are paying. Cash account is credited and then that salaries account is to be debited. So salaries account debit, cash account credit, that is 5,000. Then 1.3, paid salary to employee, same employee, 5,000 towards salary for February. There, salary for January, right in the narration, salary paid for January, that's all. Here, again, same entry in the payment voucher, you write in the narration, being salary paid for February, that's all. Narration means brief description you have to give. So, salary paid being salary paid for February, that's enough. Okay, and then this is over, and then received, this is last one, received cash towards commission of 25,000 from Raghava traders for selling their goods. So we sold goods of some other party, that is Raghava traders. For that they paid us commission. So much 25,000 rupees they paid commission in cash. So we received cash towards commission, that's all. So Raghava traders is immaterial. We can mention the name in the narration, being commission received from Raghava traders. Being commission received from Raghava traders, you can mention in the narration, but in the entry, Raghava traders is immaterial. Commission is received means income. That income is to be credited. Income is to be in the receipt voucher, we have to be receiving money. So receipt voucher we have to enter, and commission received we have to enter, not commission account. Commission received we have to write, because commission paid received will be confusion. In one account, if you enter at the end of the year, again you have to make calculations. If you enter separately, that will be different and it will be different. Debit, paid will be debit, to go to the debit side of profit and loss account. Commission received is credit, it goes to the credit of the profit and loss account. Okay, that's the commission. So we have to enter in the payment voucher, receipt voucher, and the ledger accounts are, one is, second one is cash, it's already okay. And commission received, we have to create commission received credit account, we have to enter, Alt C, we can create commission received, the group under commission received, the salaries, everything, salaries also, salaries, and then in two cases, salaries and also rent. Here is one more thing is left. Okay, Commission is also a real account. Na? So for this purpose, what we have to do is we have to make the entry. So this is the expenses. They are called. So in this case, purchase of goods. It is. I did not tell you. We paid the what you call freight on purchases. It is the group will be direct expense. I told you already. But salaries will be indirect expenses, not related to production or goods. So it is to be taken as under indirect expenses. And here, commission received is income. It is taken as indirect. Direct income is only sales. So all these incomes are indirect. Indirect sale, indirect income we have to take. Commission account, indirect income. Account name is ledger, commission received. The other one is cash. So we have to enter the receipt voucher like this. Understand? So you try all these transactions. Again, see the video and you read this carefully and make the entries. And after making the entries, previously, after making all the entries in all the vouchers, then we can see all the vouchers will be in different vouchers. All the entries will be in different vouchers. All the transactions recorded in different vouchers can be seen at one place. That is called day book. Report is day book. Very useful day book. So now, after recording all these, you have to enter we have to open the what you call day book. So how you will begin? You see in the gateway of Tally, if you click K, that will be short key for day book. Otherwise, display more reports D, and again day book D. So DD, if you click, day book will open. Otherwise, simply K in the gateway of Tally. K, if you click, it will open the day book. So in the day book, it will show the details of the transactions. But we require some transactions here. We require some. See here, we require in the vouchers when I am writing in the day book. I'll show you day book. In the day book, if you take, see, I will do all this. In the day book, if you say, we require details. Only one account is given, amount is given. We require details. In that case, you can take Alt F5. Alt F5. It will give the, so this is the account is commission received is credit. And the other account is cash. We received cash. Other account is cash, 25,000 rupees. So it is showing the other account also. So one account is showing by default by clicking Alt F5 or Alt F1 also. Alt F5 or Alt F1, both will work the same. Okay, Alt F5, see here. Here, see it's not there. So I'm clicking Alt F1. So Alt F1 also will have the same result. So this is. If you want some more information, in the case of stock items, the details of the stock, quantity of the stock, name of the stock, and quantity, the name of the stock we require. And in the case of bank payments, what is the mode of payment, cash or bank? If it is bank check number, etc. details we require. Then in such case, you go to F12, narration is not required. Report will be detailed. Then here, take only inventory details, yes. And then mode of payment, whether bank or cash, yes. And then additional bank details. Additional bank details means check number, etc. It will give you, that's all. Then save. So here is only 2 is giving, but it will give you in the case of bank and all these things, all the goods. In the case of goods, it will give the details of the stock items, everything. In the case of banks, if it is any through bank, all the check numbers, everything will be shown. But here, when you open this day book, it will show the last day of the last entry, 31st March only. Then what you have to do? We have to go to Alt F2, then remove the dates. Remove the dates means from the beginning of the year till the end, because we entered from the beginning, we entered taken the balances also. So that will take it. It is continuing now. So now the report will be from the beginning. So if you click this, see, from 1st of October, that is 1st April to 31st March, it's giving, but we have to take, sorry, don't remove, from 1st October 21 to 31st March 22. If you take this, sorry, 31st March 22, if you take, so you're making entries only from 1st October. So from 1st October to all other reports will be from 1st April. From all the reports will be from 1st April, because we don't know the details before 1st October. That is up to September. We don't know the details. We know only balances. All these details cannot be displayed. That is why we're taking the debit from 1st October to 31st March. and further reports will be shown from 1st April to 31st March. In this case, we recorded only from 1st October. So the cash book will show only from, day book will show from 1st April only. You see here, in the case of cash, okay. So in the case of sales, it is showing the name of the goods, that is quantity, one number, and the amount. And similarly, here, State Bank of India, check number, it is giving. Like that, goods details, see all this. Goods details, bank details, it will give if we select them. Okay, like this, we have to complete the day book. Okay, this is the day book I completed. After completing the day book, what you have to do is, you have to compare this with already there is day book. There is already one day book already prepared PDF. Even before I entered, this is the day book. So here, see the day book, all the details of the banks, goods, everything are given. So you just, once you compare your day book with this day book, and if you have any mistakes, that you can see why there is mistake, any error, why there is error, then you can see and you can complete it and you can correct the error. Okay. Or if you cannot understand, so whatever the error is there, just you place one comment in my video. If you place a comment, then I will I will reply that comment. I will show the answer. Okay. So with this, we are completing this topic, with this completing the answer. So with this, we have completed up to the year end, completed up to year end. Half year, we took from manual to computer account, we shifted. We took the balances, all the opening balances on October 1st, means closing balance of 30th September, and the opening balances are October 1st. From 1st October to 31st March, we recorded. So we completed all the books. So up to now, our record is from 1st April to 31st. From October onwards, detailed record. Before that, only balances. Okay. Totally amount is there. Okay. Now, at the end of the year after that, then we will proceed. What we have to do? Based on these two, that is shifting from manual to the first part, manual to computer accounting, the balances and the detailed recorded transactions for the next half year. And based on these two, that is based on the total transactions and total record, then the tally prime will show reports, very, very, very important reports, 3 reports based on this, based on the accounts which we entered, and based on these 2, that is totally what we did that. This is called the test. Total on the, depending on the test, it will show trial balance, then profit and loss account, then balance sheet. So this first one is linked to the second one is dependent on the first one, and based on these 2, the other reports are prepared. That means all the 5 are interrelated. Each one is related to other one. Trial balance related to these 2, and profit and loss account is and balance sheet, they are related to the trial balance. Okay, like this, both those 3 reports we will learn later one by one. With this, we are completing this. Please, I am asking every day, please you subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon and select all. Then you will get notification for all the videos which I am uploading. And share this video, that channel with all your friends. Then while watching the video, you watch the video till the end. If you stop in the middle, if you skip, you cannot understand the balance. So watch till the end of the video. Okay. And after that, if it is good, you click like button, that is thumb button. Okay. You like the video, and then you post a comment. If you face any problem or anything, any doubt, you can watch the video again, but still you have doubt, you can post your doubts in the comment section of the video. And with this, I conclude this. And if you follow these videos in the same order which I am uploading, you will get expert knowledge and you will become an expert accountant. So I want all to gain expert knowledge and to be expert accountants. So wish you all the best and good night. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.